animal communication helped Migo's mom know how to help him in everything from his physical well being to perhaps even his romantic life. Stay watching, and you'll get to hear more about Migo. Come on, all you doggies, won't you walk with me? I'm the puppet dog. Hi, this is Ann Webb, the Animal Intuitive, and this as is the Animal Intuitive Show, as the song was saying in the intro. I am here to talk to you tonight about an animal communication consultation that I had with a 9-year-old Chihuahua mix named Migo, and here he is. He's adorable. Migo was such a character, and I had so much fun during this consultation. But we also got to some more serious matters. Animal communication can help with everything that's going on with an animal. So we kind of covered it all during this consultation, and I hope that you enjoy getting to hear about some of the things that we talked about. The Animal Intuitive Show, we talk about animal communication, natural pet care. We have interviews with experts in the fields of animal care and advocacy. And I'm an animal communicator professionally. I've been doing this for, I don't know, going on almost 16 years, something like that professionally. I've been doing this all my life. And I actually believe that everybody can communicate with animals if it is something they really want to do. And I want people to watch these kinds of shows that I do, these episodes, which are weekly, because I do want people to kind of have a window into animal communication and see that it's something that is actually quite organic. If you've ever picked up the phone and knew who it was before looking at it, that's your intuition. And really, that's the basis of animal communication. It's just a matter of honing that skill. And many people have communicated with animals and just not even recognize that they did it. And when I teach, that's something that often comes up. We go right into that, where we begin to pick up and go back and think, well, when did you already do this? A lot of times people have done it. So anyway, moving along, Migo, it's a G. His mom wanted to talk about how to support him during his golden years, she called it. She had mentioned that he'd had some real episodes of skin problems especially last summer. And they'd kind of died down a little bit this winter, but she wanted to help him with whatever was going on. And before we went back into the spring and summer and things amped up again, she wanted to try to get to the bottom of this. When I tuned in to Migo, my purpose is not to diagnose or treat. I'm not a vet, but with animal communication, we can understand better what an animal is experiencing physically, mentally, emotionally. So when I tuned in with Migo, I was brought to his stomach. And one thing that came up was the word probiotic. And the second thing was just the microbiome of the stomach. I was really feeling like that was something that needed to be looked into further. And I felt that was potentially what was contributing to these other ongoing issues with him. So in traditional Chinese medicine, and I talk about that sometimes on the show. If you watch it, you'll know that, because I am board certified in animal acupressure as well as massage. In traditional Chinese medicine, the stomach, if the stomach's considered to be out of balance, it means that likely the rest of the body could have things going on with it. So the stomach's out of balance, potentially many other things or everything could be out of balance. The stomach is really key. It's really important. And it can just contribute to a whole host of other issues. So I felt pretty strongly that was something that they needed to address. And we talked about what she could do about that. There are at-home test kits, for instance, to get to the bottom of, potentially food things that don't agree with animals, and I felt like that could be coming up, something about food. but we also talked about what she may be wanting to do as far as his care and treatment next. And something that was coming up was something maybe on the holistic side, maybe consulting with a holistic veterinarian. And she said, in fact, she had considered somebody locally that she had kind of looked into. And I was really thrilled because a few weeks after we had our consultation, I received these words from Migo's mom in an email. She said that he had his first visit with his holistic vet, and that the vet did indicate there were actually flea allergies that were part of the problem, but there was more going on. And by the way, his mom had she had used some more traditional things with him, and there was some concern with these preventatives that there could have been a link with some seizures that he'd had. So flea allergies part of the problem, but apparently he's allergic to many things. She said, your gut instincts are spot on, because it seems that the holistic vet also wanted to do a different diet with Migo. So Migo is now off of chicken. He's off of his old diet entirely. He can have turkey, eggs, venison, and alligator. And right now we're doing ground turkey and veggies with 100% natural all turkey treats. Migo loves, in capital letter, loves it. Migo also got some immediate relief. Apparently the vet also used a biological injection of some sort that was very well tolerated, and he has not scratched since he had the shot, and she's not exaggerating, she said. So she believes that, the effectiveness is going to wear off, but he'll need another shot. But she was just really happy because it was actually less expensive than some of the things that were more traditional. And the point is that his immune system is up now, so he can fight off the flea allergy. And now, changing up the food is also going to support him in so many ways. So she said she's just thrilled. So that was sort of the physical concern right now. So then we moved into just Migo's life, his environment, his preferences, his relationships. And when I tuned in with him, I really got the feeling that he was just sort of very much considered this, he got a lot of attention. People like to look at him, and he was sort of special. And I saw her as in that chauffeur role, like driving him around. And she said that, absolutely, that's him. He goes everywhere with her. He goes into, for instance, the bank. People know him, people love him. And I did sense that during this pandemic that he has had some feelings of just sort of being down at times, especially during the winter months when they're just inside more, especially in the Northeast, where Migo and his mom live. And that he, has a sense, though, that is going to be shifting. Animals are very in tune with the seasons. So I felt like he was sensing that things were shifting. But I also got that he was aware that things may be changing too, with just the whole pandemic situation, that things, he was getting the sense that things might be changing. And in fact, that was something that his mom brought up, because she's going to be returning back to in-person work. And so she won't be home as much soon. And she will in the future, maybe in a month or so, want to consult with me just to talk more about how to help him with that transition. So one of the other things that came up that Migo brought up was that he had a special toy that he liked, though, so that would sort of lift his mood to be able to play with this toy. And what I was picking up about this toy was that it was soft. It was soft, and I kept saying that. And his mom said he has a basket full of toys, but the only toy that he wants to play with is I think she said moosey or something, but a mouse, a little gray mouse, but soft. So I got the words, though, from him that it was like a short-lived thing. He was like, it's not something that goes on. And I was like, I mentioned that to her, and she said, well, he may be kind of calling me out because, a lot of times I'm kind of busy with work, and I will throw him the toy, but we don't maybe play as long as he would like. So she said, I'm going to, start to play with him a little bit longer hearing that. So I thought that would help his mood a little bit. He also mentioned to me, and he was a funny guy. He said that he showed me himself with his mom, and she's in front of the computer, and I felt like he was on camera, but I got the sense from him of feeling like I don't really enjoy this, and he was sort of deadpan about it. And I relayed that to her, and she said, yeah, I have work meetings on Zoom, and I try to put him in front of people because she's, thinking, a lot of people like to see animals, especially everyone's stuck at home. Some people, they're in these meetings and people want to have it kind of lightened up a little bit. So she would put Migo on there. And apparently she got the sense that he really didn't like it. So it was kind of funny that Migo brought it up. And he also mentioned that he likes, to back up a little bit, his mom asked me, would he like a friend? And when I asked him about that, he said, why would we need another, she said dog. And he said, why would we need another dog? You have me. So why would you need another dog? He did say, though, if I had to have another animal in this home, maybe a cat. And she said, he's not going to get me on that one. She said, I have taken him to my cousin's house, and she has a potty box. She has cats, and he really enjoyed the potty box, if you know what I mean. So, some dogs like to go in there and snack. So she said, if I got a cat, I would have to elevate somehow the potty box. And he said, well, it's not really that I want a cat. I'm just saying that, like, if you were going to bring another animal in here, this would be maybe a suggestion that he would benefit from it in some way. So he then said, though, that he likes white dogs, little white dogs. And she said, actually, he's always, ever since she got him, liked white dogs. And I said, well, I'm getting that little white dogs. And I said, I'm really getting that there's a female that he really likes. And I kept getting this impression of Minnie Mouse. And she said, oh, he has this little female white dog who lives, I'm not sure if it was next door or right on the street or exactly, but his little friend that apparently he loves, and that he apparently, when he was first met her, he would cry if she wasn't outside when he would go by her house. And he loves to see her now. He cries when he sees her, he gets all excited. But during the winter in particular, they just weren't seeing each other as much. They were like, their schedules weren't the same when they would go out. So he was bringing that up. So, that might be a potential romantic situation for Migo. He seemed to really like her. And, hopefully, as Migo's mom said, now that the weather's shifting, they'll be able to see each other more. So he'll be happier. So all in all, she said that, our conversation really helped, and it helped her to sort of better understand what was going on with him and make some changes. And we'll be in touch in the future, of course. I love to stay in touch with people and find out how their animals are doing after we've spoken. And, many of the people that I've met along the way, I've known for many years as an animal communicator, and it just makes me so happy to kind of go through their life journey with them. If you would like to learn more about animal communication, you can go to my website, intuitivetouchanimalcare.com. I do have a free downloadable MP3 there if you'd like to maybe begin to go into the world of animal communication yourself. It's a good way to sort of check it out. You can download this meditation. It's free, as I said, and it's guides you through an animal communication. It has isochronic tones, which are great. They really help you with animal communication. And you can also reach me directly at Ann with an E at intuitivetouchanimalcare.com. And if you benefited all from this video, please help out the show by subscribing, liking, sharing. That's really just how this whole YouTube thing grows, and you are able to get this information out to other people, which I think is really important in this day and age with everything that's going on in the world. I think more animal communication, the very least, cannot hurt, but I really think it can help our world right now. So I appreciate you being here and doing that, and God bless.